I literally walked you through it. I walked you through this morning. Where's the first fair value gap? There. Well, what do you do with the ICT? Oh, if it's above it, it's coming down, I'm going to buy it. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. And I've seen that. I've seen other live streamers that are supporting the things that I do, and they're trying to implement the stuff, but you don't know the logic.
I just did. Earlier in today's live stream, I called out a 5-minute change in state of delivery that I wanted to see before it actually happened. When that change in state of delivery happened, I said I wanted price to hit a very specific level. I showed several confluences that were overlapping on it and that I would take along if this happened. Well, it did. I took it along and we got out really nicely by the end of it. You're going to like this video. Check it out. Right now, if we really want to change in state of delivery, if we really want to know price is going to move the other direction, we want this candle to have a 5-minute candle close above it. Okay, I'll give you my reasoning. I did a video on this. It's extremely helpful to give confidence that price is now moving in another direction. Okay, right here. This candle is the first candle that came into this 5-minute fair value gap. So whichever candle comes into a key level first is the candle you want to track and keep an eye out on. When we have a close above this, it tells me price is wanting to move the other direction. The 5-minute closed above. I can say confidently, I think we are going to move in the other direction. Now, how much of a retracement could we get? I don't know. You got to find the key levels in price action that tell you where you think price is going to go. Here's a breaker right here. There's a breaker that we can watch, and it overlaps with this 1-minute fair value gap sitting right here, and it's overlapping with the new day opening gap low on the 27th. So an aggressive candle here that finds support here with a 1-minute change in state of delivery moving to the upside, I would be interested in. And it may not come all the way back down there, and then that means what? It means it's running without me. So we have one trade left. I'll be looking for just one more, and then that's it. The other thing is you could play off of this change in state of delivery. That's an option too, but based on how wiki this is, I'm not interested in that. Hey guys, if you can, do me a solid. Hit that. All right, look at that. Look at that stab there and how it stops right there. Let's see what happens here. Let's see how this candle reacts. Okay, we're watching this candle here. I already outlined it. Hopefully it's been more than 20 seconds. Okay, we did not take it. We're waiting for a 1-minute change in delivery. 1 minute, a CISD on the 1 minute. We want a green candle to close above a red candle or a black candle here. But I'm liking this reaction so far. We also have this inversion fair value gap right here. I think I'm going to take that. This is it. There's my first target I could have sold. I think I'm gonna go for this high. All right, I'm gonna sell there for 20 handles. I literally just outlined all of this in advance, and you guys could have done this yourself. What did I say? I love when this happens. It gives me confidence that I'm growing as a trader. I said, I want this candle right here on the 5-minute. I want a close above that level. Why? It's the first candle that came into the 5-minute, which was my key level. Your key level could be anything. Number 2, once we close above that, we go back into price action. Here's our change in state of delivery at the lower time frame, and we look for obvious levels that price could come back down into. We have, let me show you. Our first and most obvious one is the 5-minute change in state of delivery. Many times if you look back in price action, you will see price come back down to this level right here and then move higher from it. Well, when I look at the lower time frame, I don't like what I see right there. I don't like the way it looks on the lower time frame. So my eye initially is drawn to this level here. So number one, for opportunities that we'll look at to go along, is the change in state of delivery when the price comes back down and hits that level, as we see right here. Number two, when price hits this fair value gap. Why? It's the only fair value gap in this run higher, so it's an obvious fair value gap. We want to find support. Number three, we have a breaker right here. We have a low, high, lower low. We break above it. When price comes back down into it, we can go long there as well. Let me just mark that as a breaker. And that was number one, number two, number three, and number four right here. This is our 1 minute fair value gap that is now acting as our inversion fair value gap. Why? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles that respected this level before it broke through it. Obvious key level. Once we break through it, we want to see it now act as support. What happened? The bodies respect the high of the inversion fair value gap, but wick down into the breaker and the 1 minute fair value gap and the new day opening gap low. So many overlapping confluences that I couldn't wait for a 1 minute change in state of delivery, and I had to go long right away. It was just too obvious for me to want to hold. I really wanted to get in here, but I've done that before, and then it just breaks through like a falling knife. So I wait for an obvious entry. What happens? We wick down into it, we close. We wick down into it and we start going green with about 15 seconds left. That's when I went long. In my mind, there's 15 seconds left on this candle. The chances of it going all the way back down here in 15 seconds, not very likely. I've seen it done before, but I already had so many other confluences that told me price was going to move in this direction. I'm going to take that risk and I'm going to go long. I'm going to take that risk. My drawdown was 3 handles. I had 3 handles of drawdown, and then we just exploded to the high. Now, again, I only took 1 contract. Again, I also know that I want to learn to hold longer, but I'm not going to hold longer right now with just 1 contract. I'm going to sell, get my 20 handles, and then as I continue to be consistent with making these trades happen, I will then size up, do 2 contracts, sell 1 at the obvious swing high, hold the other one to break even, hopefully targeting a higher move. Right there, I just gave you a model, a strategy, and a management plan on how you can be profitable in less than 5 minutes. Everything you need to know. You're welcome.